I definitely miss homecoming. That's something that is really unique to TJ, I think, like the whole school spirit aspect and like banding together with your friends to like come up with the best costumes and like the competitiveness and musical extravaganza, musical mechs, is that what you guys call it? Yeah, I miss doing that. And like float building and just like having that spirit, like class spirit. A lot of other schools I don't think really had that, and I think that's something special about TJ, and I really miss that.
It was just a lot of fun to sit in the odd lob after doing everything and just chat and, you know, spend more time with your friends and get home 8 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Blitz through your homework as quickly as you could and try to get some sleep before getting in the morning again. The odd lob was the largest single open place aside from the cafeteria when I was here, so you know, before class, before first period, and during break, and at the end of the day, that was where everyone was. Everybody just kind of crowded into it. People were playing guitar. Sam would play a guitar by the door. Everybody would crowd over there. There'd be the other groups over there, and it was just where everybody gathered.
I think that TJ has a uniquely it's a unique mix of people in so much as the kids are really high caliber, and they're also by and large really nice, friendly, kind, caring, and I think is, you know, when you leave kind of the halls of the school and you know, you go on to college and go on into the working world, you realize that combination is quite rare.
I think my favorite memory is having lunch with my friends in the little sort of nook behind the entrance to the library, which of course has now changed. But those lunches with my group of friends, it was a really special thing that I realized maybe not everybody at every high school has that, you know, the ability to kind of eat lunch out in the halls and hang out that way.
My advice for TJ students is you want to have fun, but you also want to take advantage of the opportunities you have here, because one of the things that I've realized now a number of years later is just how much it was wasted on me. Not necessarily the opportunities wasted that I didn't take advantage of them, but I didn't even realize how good so many of the opportunities here were. That I did my undergrad at a top 40 research institution, and a lot of the labs here are better than the labs that we had at Virginia Tech. So I think that says a lot, and that was of course before TJ was renovated and all the labs were nice and new, and a lot of the labs had even 20-year-old equipment back then that was from when the school first opened, but it was still better than everything, or almost everything, we had in college specifically to do research in those same kinds of fields. So you have amazing opportunities here at TJ. Take advantage of them and appreciate them and realize just how amazing they are.
I think one, and I think you're going to hear this from a lot of alums, is really treasure and value the friendships that you're making right now. They're going to be a part of what sustains you for the rest of your life. And two is, you know, you have every option in the world available to you in terms of what you pursue after Jefferson, and so don't be shy about exploring all of those different potential paths while you have the flexibility of being in school, both in high school and college.
Have fun. So it was very easy because the classes are really hard. And can get really hard. Some of the teachers can get really demanding, especially if you load up all APs one year, which I did one year. Don't do that. So it can get kind of stressful, and there is definitely the temptation to sit down and bury your head in your work and studying and doing classwork and everything, and forget to go out and just hang out with people. So don't forget to have fun.
It was really hard to sort of keep in mind that everyone has their own individual path, and that's okay, and there's a reason for it, and not to worry so much about comparing yourself to your peers, because it's really tempting to do that. I think that was probably the most difficult, but I think that's also what made a lot of us thrive is, you know, you're in this ecosystem of people who are all pushing themselves to excellence, and so you also want to push yourself to excellence. So it's just finding that balance was very tricky at times.
I think the most difficult part about TJ is that everyone is really high achieving, and everyone here is like, you know, really, really intelligent, and sometimes you don't feel like you really belong. You feel like you're not as smart as everyone, or it's very easy to compare yourself to others because everyone is so brilliant. But I think something to really remember is that you're here for a reason, and you got here for a reason, so that was like probably the hardest part, just like the imposter syndrome that a lot of students typically feel at TJ.
And I remember I would talk to my friends from my base school, and they would ask me, like, we would compare SAT scores, which is like, looking back on it, it's kind of cringeworthy. And I would tell them, and like I felt sheepish because my colleagues at TJ were getting like perfect scores on the sections, and I didn't get perfect, but I did well. And my friends were like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I had to step back and think, okay, it is amazing. They're right. I'm great. Everyone is great. We're all great and need to love each other, and like keep it all in perspective. And I think it can be hard when there's so much pressure. So that was probably the most difficult thing.
For TJ TV News, this is Ashley Huang
and Will Cho signing off.